Hello, hello everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to draw a snowflake using the Symmetry tool in Procreate. So first off, we are going to go ahead and open up the Procreate app and add a new canvas. Up in the upper right, plus sign. Then you can come down to presetted ones or add in a new canvas size of your desire. Make sure that you have a new layer if you have stuff in your canvas, or make sure that you're drawing on an empty layer. So first off, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick a color for our snowflake. I'm going to go with this light blue color, and then we're going to turn on our Symmetry tool. We're going to go into the wrench. We're going to turn on the drawing guide and edit the drawing guide, and then we're going to go over to Symmetry. We're going to change it from vertical to radial so that we have the snowflake going all around, and then we're going to go up and hit done. So this is going to help us stay in a radius. I am just going to pick this crunchy ink brush up there in the brush settings. It's one that I really like, and it is by ArtbyTin. So we're going to start drawing, and as we are drawing, as you can see that as I draw on one spot of my canvas, I'm also getting it to go around in the other quadrants. Okay, so whatever I draw in these quadrants are also going to be drawn in the other 3 quadrants on this thing. So as you can see, I am drawing some fun little shapes here at the top, and as I draw them, you will see that they not only draw in on one end, they're also drawing all the way around. So it makes it really fast and easy way to draw a snowflake, because I can just draw once and then I'm getting it to go all the way around. It's a little bit harder in these quadrants where I don't get an exact mirror, but it's still going in all of the quadrants that I need it to. Now, as you can notice, I am holding my brush down and I'm getting a snapping effect so that any of my lines that might be a little bit wonky will snap to perfectly straight. So that's a very, very helpful tool for making straighter lines if you tend to have wobbly lines when you draw. So now we're going to go to this other quadrant, and we're going to start drawing this next part of our snowflake. So as you can see, it's going all the way around, and we will just start drawing this line, and you can see that it'll snap, and then you can kind of adjust it. So just kind of filling in and just playing around with the design. You can have so many different types and styles of snowflakes, and this is just one fun way of playing around with it, because you can see how all of the arms of the snowflake interact with each other as you go. If they're going to overlap, not overlap, you can nest them so that they fit together perfectly. And so it's a really fun way of just seeing the progress of your snowflake. So we're just filling in with more little designs and refining things around. I like to add like shapes to all of my snowflakes, so it kind of has a theme. Mine has these kind of rounded leaves and some circular edges on mine, so it kind of keeps it kind of cohesive with the different shapes that I am using. So if you want to undo something like I have been doing, you just do a double 2-finger tap, that undoes, or to the left you'll see an arrow that looks like it's going backwards. That'll also do the undo feature for you. So I'm just going to put in here a few last minute pieces on my snowflake, and then we are almost done. I keep zooming in and out because I like to zoom in to where I can see really well, and then I zoom out so that I can kind of see how the overall artwork is going if I like it from a distance. So that's why I zoom out a lot and then zoom back in so that I can see the details. Now we're going to put some fun texture onto this snowflake. So I'm going to do a new layer. I'm going to turn the opacity up to multiply. To do that, you just hit the N on the right side and then scroll up to multiply. So I'm going to use the exact same color that I was using, but I'm going to come and look for a fun little texture brush. This is the Flat Gouache brush. I don't know who this is by. It does not have brush information, and I've used this brush for a very long time. So I wish I could give credit to the brush maker, but I can't because there's no information for it. So it's probably old enough that they didn't have that option back then. But I'm just brushing some of that in. But what I forgot to do was I forgot to turn on my Symmetry design assist back on. So when I started drawing, it wasn't drawing my texture on everything. So I will go back here in just a second and I will undo or delete this layer of texture because I realized, so I'm using the clear button, I'm selecting the box and then hitting clear. It clears everything out, and then I'm hitting that box again and I'm getting the drop down to say drawing assist. Now that's what helps me have the symmetry on. Now I didn't have to have that turned on originally because when I turn on my drawing guides, it automatically makes that layer have the drawing assist attached to it. But when you make a new layer, you actually have to go in and turn the drawing assist on. So in this case, I had forgotten and started to draw, so I deleted it and then went back and turned the drawing assist on so that I only had to brush in a couple of spots all of the fun texture that just kind of makes the snowflake a little more interesting than just a flat shape. So I'm just coming in here and just kind of giving it some extra little bit of shading. And there you go. We have a cute snowflake that you can use for all kinds of designs. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. If you liked this video, join me on my channel.